Thank you. Joel and I have been friends for over 20 years. And first I want to thank Joel and Andy for letting everyone here be a part of this just amazing day, special day. If there's a wedding that could have happened, I couldn't imagine this being anything but you guys. It's been amazing. Andy, you've been a part of the group for over 7 years now. John and Patty, 7 years I've known Andy. You should be very proud. Even though our political views are completely different, her and I have had some of the most intellectual conversations I've ever had. She's very strong-willed. Yeah. Very independent, but very smart. And beautiful. I couldn't picture a better person to be with Joel. Diane.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. Joel is one of the most goal-oriented, hard-working, determined men that I have ever met, that I am proud to call my best friend.
Thank you.
And that is due to you and what you've done. Ever since Joel and I were young, we've been dreamers. Success and rich has always been a part of Joel's mind endgame. One of the first stories, and Joel and I were talking about this earlier, is we had to be about 6 years old. And they were building a water tower across the street from our house. And Joel and I got the great idea, we can make money off this. 6 years old, sitting in my living room, we can profit. So we came up with the great idea that we're going to sell lemonade to these construction workers. 50 cents a pop. You can retire on that. Trust me. Long story short, we go up to the first guy. We make the lemonade, which was completely financed by our investor, my mom. Because that's capitalism in its truest form. And we go up to the first guy, and he looks at us. And he goes, "Is this for us?" And we said, "Yeah." And he goes, "How much?" And you're looking at what seemed like a giant. He hasn't obviously shaved in about 2 weeks. Smells like oil, covered in dirt. And Joel and I go, "It's free." Here, we brought a whole pitcher for you. The ironic thing is Joel and I are both now in sales. So I pray for your financial stability. You've gotten better at it. But we've always been dreamers. Joel and I have had the pleasure of being in a band together. Signing a record deal and touring was the biggest dream. McHenry County is really not touring. And I hope for Andy's sake he does not play Meatloaf's A Bat Out of Hell from beginning to end to get you pumped up for whatever you guys are about to do. No one would ride with him after that. Yeah. We go to college. How else can we make money? Let's have our own talk radio show. That sounds like a great idea. The title was Stroking in the Evenings. It lasted all of a year, which I hear in the Eastern European countries have gotten samples of that, and it's very big over there. We can go over there and have much success. Big success. You know, I think when you and I were younger, we judged success and richness based purely on monetary value. As we've gotten older, you realize that richness comes from the people you spend it with and the memories you make. In the past 7 years, Andy, you've been a part of that. From the first time Joel brought you to Harvard that you made him pull over so you could moo at a cow.
I used to see them. We have those in the suburbs.
Yep. So now you trance around like milk days like a queen. You know, our group's been able to share concerts together, festivals together, vacations together. and you've been a part of those memories and a part of that richness. One of my favorite memories with Joel happens to be our senior year of high school. And Joel and Andy, Asian Andy, not this Andy, he's the Filipino one. There's got to be one, right? Yeah. And the two of them conned me to go out for the musical our senior year, which happened to be The Wizard of Oz. I was just going out because there was a girl I was interested in who was also going out. Somehow I got the Scarecrow, which, if you ask my wife, was purely because I'm an idiot. That was what they picked me for. But they chose you as the Cowardly Lion, and which the whole premise is you trying to find your courage. And after 10 years, I'm glad to say you found it. You know, marriage is not easy. It is scary, but you found it in Andy. You guys, since college, have had different careers. Joel, you've lived in about 3 different places. You've done long distance. You've been through it all. And you found it in each other. And I just want you guys to hold on to that as long as you can. All right? Because your marriage, you guys are going to have tough choices, whether it's buying a home, moving, different career paths, adding an addition to the family, which I'm sure Patty and Diane would love. I know you guys have this courage because I look at the alarming rate you guys go out in public in matching t-shirts. Yeah. I hope you have a side budget for that t-shirt. But in all honesty, I couldn't be happier. Andy, you know we love you. You're the best thing that has ever happened to Joel. Joel, protect her. Be the strong person in the relationship. Find that courage. Admit when you're wrong. All right?
Yes. Yes.
That was enough. 1 minute from that room, so everyone did not say that. But if everyone could raise their glass, I'd like to make a toast for Joel and Andy. Joel and Andy, you're surrounded by 100 people that love you and cherish you. We wish nothing but the best for you. Cheers. Cheers.
Next, a few words from the father of the bride.
All right, that's hard to follow up. All right, for those of you who don't know me, I'm John Bolster. I'm Andrea's dad, and I know what you're thinking. Now we know where Andrea gets all her good looks from. That's really all I had. I didn't rehearse anything, and those 2 speeches were so good, it's real hard to follow up. But on behalf of Andrea's immediate family, my wife, her sister Brooke, our brother-in-law Joe, we would just like to welcome Joel into the family. And if I had to hand-pick a guy for Andy to marry, there he is. And it's kind of sappy, but it's true. I think these 2 are made for each other. And that's really all I got to say. Thanks everybody for coming. Have a great time. And remember while we're here, why we're here. It's for these 2. And see them today, get to be with them, maybe dance, maybe have pictures with them.
You will dance.
You will dance. And so here's a toast to my daughter and her new husband.